More words with G. Silent U is sometimes used to keep the G before an E and an I. Keep the G hard before an E and an I. Let's remember how we make hard and soft G's. E, I, and Y make the G soft, like a J. And A, E, and U make the G hard. So that silent U takes that E and that I and makes the G hard instead of soft. So we're going to look at some words with GU. You have guess, guard, guitar, guide, guilt, and guest. And all these words you have the U, and then you have your E or your I, where if you didn't have the U, you would have a hard G instead of a soft G, or you would have a soft G instead of a hard G, and all these have the hard G, like guest, guilty, guide, guitar, guard, and guest. The exception is the word guard. Basically, there's a U there, and not really sure why. There just is a silent U there, because if there was an A, it would still be guard, based on the rule that A makes it a G hard. And then you have GUE, where it ends with the GUE, like tongue and vague. Vague means something that's not very clear. And then league, fatigue, plague, intrigue. All of them have that G sound. There's a silent U. And the silent U there prevents that E from making the G soft. Now you just have words that end in U, and that U is end in G, and that G is a hard G. Ladybug, zigzag, shrug, iceberg, strong, catalog, and dialogue. Catalog and dialogue are interesting because they actually have alternative spellings that end in UE, like catalog GUE and dialogue GUE. But in this case, we're just looking at the ones that end in G, and that's a hard G. Here are some oddballs. I'll explain each one. You have gauge, where you have the hard G, and it kind of has that silent U though, but we're not really sure why it has that silent U. Gauge. This should be a soft G, this should be a hard G, and the U is just kind of there. Language is interesting because the U actually makes a W sound, language. You hear a bit of a W sound there to make the G hard. So it's a hard G with that W sound. And then argue is again another oddball here in this category. And our last word, argue, the reason that is an oddball is because you actually have a sound with the U. Argue, you have that long U sound there.